Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Trader with Kevin Hinks. I'm Kevin Hinks, and we have two paper money trades for you today in two names that you'll recognize, Apple and Meta Platforms. Those are the two names we're looking at today, and let's get right to them. First and foremost, Apple. Now, if you look at a chart of Apple and its movement the last 6 months, up 16.7%. 12 months, up 25%. 3 months, up 14%. And 1 month, up more than 10%. This stock has rallied. It's now overbought on the RSI, sitting currently at around 75 on the RSI. And it has done that despite decelerating overall sales. Now, there's parts of this company that are extremely powerful, like services and all those wearables, and those parts of this business is growing. The question is, are they going to be able to continue to grow iPhone sales? iPhone 15 and 16, both available slowly but surely for Apple Intelligence, and the ensuing super cycle that was promised because of that. We'll see if that plays out and how much of that super cycle is already in the stock. Remember, if you look back to just May, this stock was $164 in May. It's now $248. How much of that excitement about AI and Apple Intelligence and the iPhone 16 is already in the stock? Because the valuation with the PE approaching 41 is as expensive as it's ever been. Let's put it that way. So how do we look at a trade like Apple? And in this case, now, this is not a long-term bearish look at Apple. It's a relatively short term for the next couple weeks. Remember, I'm buying the January 10th 250 put in Apple. So remember, Apple hit $250 yesterday and backed off from those levels. It's up slightly today, but still not back up to that $250 level. I'm buying the January 10th 250 put and then selling next week's December 20th 240 put. I've got that in there around 550. It's probably trading a little less than that now. Yeah, it's probably only trading 470 right now because Apple has rallied in the last half hour or so. So right now you can do this same diagonal for 470. Now the risk on this trade is whatever the debit paid on this trade. And the max profit, remember, because it's in the calendar spread family, you are buying. If you're buying the January 10th options, those are 29 days. You've got a month for that to come to it, to come into play, and you'll be able to extend duration on this trade often as well. So there's the things you can look at in a company like Apple. There's duration on this trade. You are collecting theta each day of about $3. Next week, that number will pick up as we get into next week and the overall theta level picks up. But this is, make no mistake, the risk is the debit paid. Whatever it is you pay, there is your risk on this trade. And you're looking for a move down towards the $240 strike. The good thing about a diagonal spread, in this case a put diagonal, is it's long vega. So if you do get a down move, any jump in implied volatility will help this spread. You also get the directional play of about 36 short deltas on this spread. So you get directional. You may get a kicker from higher levels of implied volatility. And if it, unlike the calendar spread, if it goes through that strike, that profitability doesn't drop off. You stay up at that level. You see that flat line there on the profitability curve at a profitable level if it gets towards $240. So that's our bearish put diagonal in Apple today on a very, like I said, a very short-term basis. All right, now let's get to our second trade of the day, and that is Meta Platforms. Now, Meta Platforms, I can say many similar things about Meta Platforms. Mark Zuckerberg has turned into a real CEO, managing the headcount, managing the expenses, and this is a stock that not very long ago was very low priced and beat up pretty substantially. I can give you a 3-year look and say this stock got all the way down to $88 when in October of 2022 got down to $88. Then they went through their year of efficiency. Mark Zuckerberg, who yesterday gave $1 million to the Trump inauguration campaign. Why is that important? It's not other than a more friendly relationship with an incoming administration could help. Why? Think about this. If the Trump administration were to ban TikTok, think about what that does to Facebook and Instagram and Reels and all those similar products that it has to TikTok that if you look at the courts, they're one step closer to mid to late January banning TikTok. So based on that, based on the 3.2 billion daily active users, think of ad impressions in the third quarter up 7% versus third quarter 2023, 11% higher prices paid than a year ago. So advertising's going up, advertising prices going up, viewers going up on Facebook. A really good story going forward. So the paper money practice trade that we looked at here in Meta Platforms is a relatively simple call calendar, similar to the diagonal spread, but except what? The same strike. I went out to the January 3rd expiration, little less time. It's only 22 days, little over 3 weeks till January 3rd expiration. Sold next week's December 20 expiration, 640 call calendar, right? That's probably, 3, 4. It was more earlier. It's only about $4.50 higher than where the stock is trading now. We put this in around $5.85. It's now trading $6.25. So it's already rallied based on Meta Platforms rally this morning. But all these good things, the social media giant, the digital advertising giant. So this is a little different. It's a traditional calendar spread. You're looking for that move up towards 640. You don't want it to go too far through 640. It can go slightly through, but you don't want it to go too far. The other thing is about Meta Platforms. It's all also getting a bit overbought on the upside here. Its RSI is currently sitting at, current RSI sitting right at 70.4. So it's now entered the overbought as well. So this is a more passive trade, though. If it stays right here, the break-evens are pretty wide on a call calendar like this. So all the good news in Meta Platforms, we're looking at a call calendar targeting that 640 strike, just about $2, $1.50 higher than the all-time high established just a day ago. So I put diagonal, a slightly bearish play in Apple, a call calendar, a neutral to bullish play in Meta Platforms. Those are our two paper money trades for today. I am Kevin Hinks, and this is another edition of Daily Trader. Have a great day, everybody.